Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the next episode of Supernatural. Last episode was Nightmare, and that was a really good episode. We found out some more things about Sam's link to this demon and to other people with the same sort of abilities that he's got. And then now he's got telekinesis of sorts. But I guess the main takeaway from the episode on top of that is Sam and Dean relationship has now hit like a different level. Like it started off going really well. They were starting to work together again. And now Dean's scared of Sam, I guess might be the right phrase to use. He's definitely cautious of what this means for the future and for Sam and maybe for his own safety. And yeah, just as someone who's raised hunting demons and then just faced a big situation with this guy who was telekinetic and psychotic and killed his family for good reason. Maybe now Dean's a little bit scared of what that means for Sam, and his past might mean that he's now tempted to kind of hurt Sam, not because he wants to hurt his brother, but because he's kind of used to hunting the supernatural, you know? But this episode is called The Benders. I don't know what the episode's about. The Benders... The only thing it kind of reminds me of is there's an episode of X-Files called Gender Bender, and that's about this entity. I can't remember if it's a man, a woman, a creature. It's a thing that can change genders. So I don't know whether this is a similar sort of thing. I'm probably way off. But yeah, let's just jump into The Benders, episode 15 of Supernatural, to find out what it's about. What am I meant to be looking at? Just a guy putting the trash out. Okay. What? Oh jeez. Are the kids... What?
I don't see why we have to go through this again. The more he tells the story, the more he believes it's true.
Mrs. McKay.
Hello.
Godzilla vs. Mothra.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite Godzilla movie. So much better than the original, huh?
Totally.
He likes the remake.
Yuck.
It was strong
I
enough
heard the monster
to
breathing. It made
drag him under a
this
car?
really scary sound.
What did it sound like, Evan?
Like this whining growl.
So I'm gonna get taken because it seems to. Well, we've only seen it get one guy, but it obviously took him in the parking lot. Maybe it's a parking lot demon. I don't know if that's such a thing. Oh! Fuck me! Oh, that really caught me off guard. Fuck a duck. They're always using horror films to scare people. There's always like one that jumps out of wardrobe or something out of the... you know what I mean? Maybe the cat's the demon. Okay, so it does look like Sam's been taken by it. Smart. Try and see what happened. He doesn't seem overly stressed about the situation, because his brother's just disappeared after they're hunting a potential monster.
Samuel Winchester. So you know that his brother Dean Winchester died in St. Louis.
I wonder when that would come back up.
Was suspected of murder.
Yeah, Dean.
Surprised it doesn't come up with a picture of him though. Surely like a police database would come straight up with a picture. Okay, so he's still alive. Obviously. He's just in a cage. A big ass cage. Is that other guy here too? Joe from the beginning? Yes.
Next one. This one was taken right after Sam left the bar. Look at the back end.
Yeah, it was in the car park at the beginning. The boy... Sorry,
Now look at the
it was
plates.
near the, where the guy was putting the trash out.
Probably stolen.
So whoever's driving that rust bucket must be involved.
Hello. It looks fairly human to me.
Damned.
Are they just people?
They're just people. Yeah.
Jinx.
What'd you
Almost.
expect?
What I always think about when people are being kept in cages is toilets. Like, having a wee in the corner is fine. But what happens when you need a number 2?
I ran your badge number. It's routine
Oh.
case with state police for
Hee.
accounting purposes and what have you. And there's a picture of you.
I lost some weight. And I got that Michael Jackson skin disease.
Step out of the car, please.
Look.
I'm gonna brush straight over that one.
I have to take you in.
Good. Not because I want her to, but it's the right thing to do. She's gonna help him, isn't she?
After we find Sam Winchester.
It's nice of her, but you don't know that he's telling the truth.
Maybe knock something loose.
Don't trust it. If you don't see why the door's opened,
Get back in there, Jenkins.
it's a trap.
This isn't right. Just want to get out of here.
Ooh. Yeah, everything just seems like a weird pace. I'll try to explain more, I mean, at the end. Uh-oh, razor wire.
Why are you helping me out anyway? You want us to just lock
She's a bad police officer.
My brother Riley disappeared 3 years ago. A lot like Sam. We searched for him, but nothing.
It is super nice that she's helping him out. But either she's a bad police officer because she should have took him in, because he literally could just be feeding you all sorts of bullshit, and she could be leading him into a trap.
Hey.
He could be leading her into a trap. They don't know each
You're
other.
a civilian. And a felon, I think. I'm not taking you with me. You let me handle it.
Yeah, promise.
Shake on it.
Like you can trust the word he says.
Oh, come on.
Probably the first smart thing she's done.
Ridiculous.
Although I've no doubt that he'll have
I'll manage.
a lockpick of some sort up his sleeve somewhere. Shoot her point blank in the forehead. Nope. Don't let her get close.
I'm Kathleen. I'm a deputy. What's your name?
Kill her.
Missy.
Kill her immediately. Okay, I'm getting the vibe that she's not involved because she doesn't know this Missy person who I feel like is involved.
What?
That's gonna hurt.
Oh, damn.
Missy, sweetheart. Go tell your brothers I want to see them.
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah, it looks like these are just a fucked up family. All this stuff in the barn and the house, I really like visually. It's
Are you Sam Winchester?
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
You're,
Thought so.
Sam?
Don't say Dean, because then she'll know it's him.
No. Damn, it's good to see you.
Be careful.
How did you get out of the cuffs?
There's about a dozen junk cars hidden out back. Plates from all over, so I'm thinking when they take someone, they take their car too.
Did you see a black
Would make
Mustang
sense.
out there about 10 years old?
Yeah, actually, I did.
Oh, my brother.
Your brothers.
Photos everywhere is never a good sign. That usually means creepiness. Ew. That's the vibe, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was a little vibe that I just couldn't put my finger on, and yeah, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Crazy family, living in a house, in the forest. Definitely. Yo, what is he cutting up? Or who? Literally, just knock the fucker out, hurry up. That floor is very creaky. gross. Oh, that's disgusting. Don't be fooled because she's a little... Don't be fooled because she's a little girl.
I know. Daddy!
Jeez.
Daddy!
I'm gonna kick your ass first.
No, behind you!
And then yours.
Well, shit.
Just like my father, his before him. I've hunted deer and bear. I even got a cougar once. Oh boy. But the best hunt is human.
You're gross. But why do these people that hunt humans are always gross, redneck, always southern, dirty, usually a bit of inbreeding?
If I tell you, you promise not to make me into an ashtray.
I bet his breath fucking stinks.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Ooh, can you imagine?
Take an eye.
These people are stupid. He told you don't open the cage, just shoot him. So all he had to do was put the nozzle of the gun through the hole in the cage, shoot Sam. Oh dear. Stick your thumbs in his eyes. Lie the bastard. Oh. Come on. Yeah, shoot them. Don't put them in the cages, just shoot them. This doesn't feel like it's over yet. I think she's gonna kill him for her brother. Definitely. Good on her, if she does.
Hurt my family. I'm gonna bleed you, bitch.
Oh, yeah.
My brother.
Your brother. Now I see.
Shoot him in the cock.
Because it's fun.
2 thumbs up from me. I like her. I like her a lot.
Where's the girl?
Locked in the closet.
Yeah.
What about the dad?
Dead.
Shot. Trying to escape.
Don't make excuses. Just say you killed the bastard because he's mental and he killed your brother. No one would blame you. It's like they don't give a shit. They know that you're lying.
State police and the FBI are going to be here within the hour. They're going to want to talk to you. I suggest that you're both long gone by then.
Oh.
Thanks.
She turned out to be nice in the end, and I was really suspicious of her. She's one of the many side characters that I really like. I want to see her again, so she's probably never going to happen again.
Thank you.
I like her.
It's really hard not knowing what happened to him. I thought it would be easier once I knew the truth.
Oh.
But it isn't really.
It's not easier, but she will have closure. And the fact that she did manage to take out the guy who did it, she will have closure on that eventually, even if it is harder to digest right now.
You were worried about me. All I'm saying is you vanish like that again, I'm not looking for you.
Sure you won't. I'm not. So you got sidelined by a 13-year-old girl, huh? I'm just saying, you get used to that, kiddo.
Oh. That is the definition of a great Monster of the Week episode. So what I love about Monster of the Week episodes that I think did really well is when it has absolutely no relation to the main storyline whatsoever. Yeah, it can be a bit disappointing when you wanted to know more about Sam's past, the demon, Sam's powers and all that. But what I love about episodes like this is literally it's a self-contained story, has no impact on anything going forward, no impact on anything going backwards, other than the mention of Dean being dead. But it's just this self-contained horror story, and I really loved it for that. It was brilliant. Like, I could show that episode to anybody who doesn't watch the show. I might have to explain a little bit about Sam's backstory. No, Dean's backstory about why I think he's dead. But other than that, they can just watch the episode and enjoy it as its own little 45 minute horror story. And it's good for that. I think the twist of I presume the Benders, it's referring to the family. I think the twist that they're just people was great because the show is supernatural and it's all about supernatural people and monsters and demons and ghosts and other entities like the Wendigo, and I'm still never going to call it the Wendigo, no matter how many times they try and tell me that's right. So that having an episode where it's just, here's some fucked up people, is really brilliant, really, because they didn't keep it hidden for long. It wasn't like the whole episode of who are they going to be? Are they going to be magical? It very quickly revealed that they were just people. But then the horror became the fact that these are just people. And they're potentially cannibals. They're potentially cutting people up in the kitchen. We never really had confirmation on that fully. But it was kind of hinted at with the bones that were scattered around the house, the pictures that they found, the guy was chopping something up in the kitchen. Yeah, all these hints are dropped that the people are basically being eaten. Yeah, I loved it for that. I was a little disappointed at the beginning of the episode. I felt like the first 15 minutes maybe were kind of a weird pace to the episode. It kind of felt really slow. So like, I guess it was to try and explain that a bit better. They didn't seem overly invested in this hunt. They weren't overly that interested in the demon. When Sam went missing, Dean didn't seem that desperate to find him. He was trying to find him, but there was no sort of urgency within him. When that guy got out of the cage, the one that was in the cage next to Sam, and he first got out, yes, he was trying to be sneaky, but as he was sneaking around trying to get away, there was no desperation to get out, there was no urgency, no fight to survive. Eventually he started running when he heard the people nearby, and did put up a little bit of a fight, but the first bit just felt really off pace to me, and really once the sheriff and Dean got to the farm, that's when it really picked up and became spooky and great and very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you've never watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's a brilliant film. The series as a whole is very varied, but essentially it always focuses on this family that live in this house in the woods, or near the woods, and they capture people and kill them and cover it up and eat them and all this stuff. So it's pretty much a rip-off of that, with Sam and Dean in it, but it was fun, it was really cool. Didn't like any of the characters but you're not meant to. They're meant to be villains, and they played pretty good villains. Like Missy was kind of cool because you just hated her. The dad was awful. There was the two brothers that were kind of generic villains, but fine. They weren't given a lot to do, but they weren't in it for long enough to really matter. But overall, I really enjoyed the episode. It was nice to have a non-supernatural episode of Supernatural. I thought it was a nice twist. I think what I liked about it is because I'm so invested in the main storyline and the demon that they're hunting and the telekinesis and the Sam's powers and his visions and the relationship between the boys, that it was a nice break to just have, here's a horror story, nothing to do with anything else. They're just in this horror story. And that was quite refreshing and a nice break from all the drama, if that makes sense. So I'm looking forward to more episodes like that where it's just really self-contained, doesn't have any impact on the storyline whatsoever. It's kind of easier to digest somehow because you're not got these relationships that you have to get invested in as much, if that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, that was The Benders. Let me know what you think of this episode. Ooh, the microphone almost came unplugged then. Almost pulled it out. Let me know what you think of this episode in the comments below. I have a feeling this is a popular one, but in the past when I've thought episodes like Faith might be unpopular, they were really popular, which means, because I like this episode and I think it's going to be popular, it's probably going to be unpopular. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, let me know down below what you thought of this episode and the reaction. And subscribe if you enjoyed it. Please do. It really helps the channel. I really appreciate it. I just really appreciate all the support you give me, guys. You're the best. So yeah, as always, my name is Scott. Hope you guys are well. Take care of yourselves. There's some videos to my right. If you like my content, you might want to take a look at. Thanks for watching. Leave some comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, guys.